Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm Cynthia Scott, your host for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. It's the summer season and many of our residents and tourists will be flocking to our beautiful Monmouth County beaches. It's a great time of year, but can also be dangerous if you don't follow the proper swimming safety tips. Here to talk about that and much more is Monmouth County Sheriff Sean Golden. Sheriff, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Cynthia.
Talking about some important topics here. Summer safety. Let's start off with swimming safety. So many of us go to the beach during the summer.
Yeah, and very, very important. As you know, in beautiful Monmouth County here, we have 27 miles of coastline and 4 major rivers and 2 big reservoirs, right?
Sure.
And so all that water does bring about some danger, particularly with our tourists. You know, we'll have over 100,000 tourist visitors throughout the summer renting, and it's important for them to understand a lot of these safety tips. And first and foremost, when you go to the beach, don't swim alone. That's number one.
Absolutely.
Number two is we have really what are premier lifeguards in every town up and down the Jersey Shore. And they're there for a reason, right? Our coast here at the Jersey Shore is known to be a little dangerous at times with rip currents, depending on the weather conditions. And those lifeguards will tell you, and they'll give the indicators with the flags of when to swim, when not to swim. So if in doubt, ask the lifeguard, right? And then probably the most important one, as we saw in 2017, we had over a dozen drownings along our Jersey Shore, a couple of less last year, but still we had drownings. And most of those occurred when the lifeguards were off duty.
Yeah.
So, you know, our safety point through and through is do not swim along any of our beaches when the lifeguards aren't on duty.
Absolutely. No matter how good a swimmer you are, you can get caught up in a rip
matter.
current.
It just depends on the weather conditions. We see the winds change and the rip currents come up, and you know, even a really good swimmer will tire out if they don't know what to do in a rip.
Yep.
And so if the lifeguards aren't on duty, do not swim. You know, the question was asked to me, well, Sheriff, can we even, you know, go wade with our kids up to the water in their knees, up to their knees? And the answer is really no. They can easily they can't see a bigger wave coming, get swept away into the rip currents, and that's just dangerous. And we found that led to a lot of deaths over the years.
Yeah,
so
it sure has.
please, that's the number one really message that we want to get through.
Absolutely.
And if you are swimming, the usual. I mean, swim with a partner. Make sure that if you need a flotation device, you have one. And this goes for pool safety. We've seen a lot of inland pool drownings, a lot of inland waterways. That's why I mentioned the 4 rivers and some of our lakes and stuff. So those rules still apply.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about boating safety as well.
Yep. We have, again, a great success here at the Jersey Shore, and boating is certainly one of those recreational, not just boating, jet skiing, parasail, paragliding, all of these things that go along with all these vessels out there, and it gets a little crowded. It's a little crowded in our riverways, in the Shark River and the Navesink, Shrewsbury River, and so you want to be so aware of your surroundings, right? You want to obey, obviously, all the marine nautical messages that are out there, the buoys, the no-wake zones, but here again, be able, if you're operating a boat or a vessel, please operate with somebody else that knows how to use that vessel, right, in case something happens to you. And most of them are equipped with kill switches on them. So, you know, make sure that the kill switch is attached to somebody in case you do hit a wave. You know, that will hurt people on the boat, and if the motor still running, it's dangerous for everybody. So a lot of those things, and again, make sure you have enough flotation devices on the boat that all of those occupants know where the flotation devices are, know what to do in an emergency. And then the second, you know, some type of at least cell phone or radio that you can call for help out there, and that applies to jet skis too. You know, we've had a lot of stranded jet skiers last year. A couple we had to search for with our drones and helicopters, and then ultimately rescue them. And our Marine One will be out there in force, along with our partners from the State Police and the Coast Guard, patrolling and enforcing those laws. And those laws are there for a reason. You know, the no wake zones, the speed. Also, probably one of the most important things is that you maintain a safe speed through those zones that are required, right? I mean, it's so important. And not operate that vehicle under any type of influence or alcohol. Right? Same alcohol laws apply, 0.08 on the water, just like it does on land. So please don't drink and operate those vessels.
Absolutely. Some great advice there, Sheriff. And we are in hurricane season, so
June
let's
1st,
switch
kicked off Hurricane
June 1st
Awareness
to November
Month.
30th. I know that the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office really works on so many initiatives to keep the residents aware, make sure they plan, prepare, stay
Yeah.
informed. And Know Your Zone, I know we launched that a few years back, but such an important
Plan,
initiative.
prepare, stay informed has been our messaging, throughout. Obviously, with Hurricane Irene and Sandy, we have a more heightened sense of awareness. But it's not just that. We saw a number of thunderstorms roll through and possible tornado warnings. All of that applies to the plan, prepare, stay informed, right? And so, have a plan for your family if you do have power outages or you have to, if we call upon you to evacuate a certain area, be aware of that. And you mentioned Know Your Zone. Know Your Zone is a great tool that was developed by Mike Opegard, our emergency management coordinator. And so our emergency management team, second to none, is the best in the state of New Jersey, having gone through a lot of major hurricanes here.
Yeah.
And so Mike developed a Know Your Zone along with our GIS IT team. And you can go to our app, our Monmouth County Sheriff's Office app, download it on the Google Play or the Apple Store. And that has Know Your Zone in it.
Yeah.
Has great plan, prepare tips for your family. And has those alert messages that come across, those red alerts during those tornado warnings or hurricane warnings and the like. And so that Know Your Zone, you can plug your address right into that mapping system or on our website, and it will tell you you're in zone A, B, C, or D. That's your evacuation zone, so that if we call to evacuate zone A, you know exactly to the address that you're one of those residents in that zone.
Yeah, that is so important, Sheriff. Also, we have storm kits, seniors.
Again, another initiative that has garnished really national recognition from emergency management around the nation, and that was developed by Mike. STORM is an acronym, Seniors Taking On Readiness Measures. The senior population here in Monmouth County is certainly large, but also challenging when we had to evacuate during Sandy some of our seniors. And so we went on an aggressive storm program whereby we teach them and we develop their plan for their individual and their residents so that they are prepared, a list of emergency contacts, medication, family members, anything that they would need. They create that plan for themselves, they do a little homework, and they present it back to Mike Opegard and our emergency management staff. And we, as you know, secure a lot of those readiness buckets on the grant. And we give them a readiness kit. And so we know that they're better prepared now than they were. And certainly that'll help us in meeting the challenges of evacuation should we need to do it.
Absolutely, such a great program. And 2,500 kits have been handed out throughout Monmouth County.
I know, it's
since
amazing.
Its
It really is.
so.
We've been to all the senior centers, a lot of other gatherings, if you will, and education is the key. We continue to engage and educate our public on the plan, prepare, and stay informed. And so we have all that wrapped up in that mobile application that you can download from the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office.
Excellent information there, Sheriff. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's hope we have a nice, quiet hurricane season.
And a safe summer.
Yes, plan, prepare, stay informed. Those are the tips that we definitely need to share with residents and always do. So for more information, please visit www.mcsonj.org. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.